Boom, and we are live on Dad with a Phone. How y'all doing? This one's going to be easy. It's going to be question and answer. So you get to ask the questions and I get to answer. Whether it's about a case, whether it's a personal thing, whatever. I'll try to answer every question that either comes in through chat or I will throw up my phone number and you can call in a question. Or you can actually come in through copy StreamYard if you really want to come in through StreamYard. Boom. There you go. So now you can either call, you can come in through StreamYard, or I'll try to answer questions out of chat if the question comes up in chat. So either way. Other than that, I've had a great day. We did double digits fishing, and I got some honeydews done. Looks like Denver, Colorado's calling in. You're live with Dad with a Phone.
Hey.
Hello, how are you doing?
Hello. Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Good.
Good. So the question I've been wanting to ask you, and I didn't get to call the last time you were doing this, is you had mentioned that Patrick Frazee's court, that the moms almost got into a fight.
Yeah.
Can you elaborate on that?
Absolutely. So, did you see the Dateline where they were sitting on the bench and they were talking to a lady in jail?
No, I didn't see that.
Okay. So Patrick Frazee had a girlfriend. So this wasn't a fight between Kelsey's mom and Patrick's mom. This was a fight between one of Patrick's old It wasn't even a fight. I shouldn't call it a fight. They almost got into a fight.
Oh.
It was an almost fight. But it was
an almost fight.
Yeah, it's an almost fight. So it was Patrick Frazee's mom, Sheila Frazee, and it was another one of Patrick Frazee's girlfriends, mother.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And so when and the mother, she had been interviewed on Dateline a little bit, and then they called the girlfriend in jail. If you watch the Dateline, The Vanishing, they talked to the girl in jail over the phone, but it was one of Patrick Frazee's old girlfriends. So we're up in the courthouse. They have actually let court go in, and court's in session. Sheila Frazee's not allowed to be in the courtroom at the time because she's a witness. I'm not allowed to be in the courtroom at the time because I'm on the witness list. And then all of a sudden, so court has already started, and I can't remember the lady's name. Somebody might actually know her name in here because they interviewed her, and so her name was kind of public. She comes walking up the stairs, and she sits across from me. I'm sitting one chair over from Sheila Frazee. So Sheila Frazee, there's a chair in between us, and then she's on my right, and the lady across from me is across the hallway, and she says, "Oh, it's Dad with the Phone." Well, it seemed like to me when she said that, Sheila kind of got disgusted and kind of like stood up. She stood up and she kind of walked out. And so she went downstairs or went to the restroom. She went down the elevator. So I'm pretty sure she went to the restroom. And so I had a little conversation with this lady who was standing across from me because she said, "Oh, you're Dad with a Phone." And so I was like, "Oh, yeah." So she was like, "Can we go into court?" And I said, "Well, they're already in court or whatever." And I said, "Did you see that was Patrick's mother?" And she was like, "Oh, I didn't even recognize her." So then the lady that was sitting across from me, she stands up and comes and sits next to me. And we just kind of start talking. Well, then Sheila Frazee comes back up, and instead of setting like a chair over, she sets like a chair over from this lady. Well, then this lady turns and she says, "Sheila, do you remember me? I'm so-and-so's mother." And I'm sitting there, and the cop, there's actually a cop sitting or standing right next to me, and
Yeah.
they start talking about the ex-girlfriend and Patrick. And then all of a sudden, the mother of the girlfriend, she says something in the sense of like, well, Patrick was well, some of the things that my daughter has said about Patrick just scare me, and this, my daughter could have been Kelsey or something like that. She says something like, my daughter could have, this could have been my daughter, you know. And all of a sudden Sheila then says something like, well, your daughter was your daughter didn't always tell the truth or whatever. And then they kind of start, I mean, they start raising their voices back, and the lady is like, well, my son or my daughter didn't kill someone. And then about that time, they kind of, and I think Sheila just said, shut up or something like that. And then about that time, the officer, like, I was staring at the officer going, are you going to let this go? Do you not feel the energy that's about to happen here? You know, like, that's what's going on in my mind, is like, these two are about to get into it. Well, then he separates them. He says, ma'am, you're going to have to come sit over here. And so he moves the lady across the hall, or across, yeah, just kind of across the little lobby area there. And then he comes over and tells me I have to move. And I was like, well, what do you mean I have to move? I didn't even do anything. I was, I thought you were going to do something. I'm just sitting here. And yeah, so it's that's kind of what went down between the two ladies. It was a crazy.
It wasn't as big as I thought it was.
No, like they didn't like swing at each other. They didn't get the swings, but what you're talking about, we were three people in the lobby of this old courtroom, and they got loud enough that it made a little bit of a disturbance. So it's fun.
Oh, I bet it probably echoed.
Yeah, it was just, yeah, there you go.
Yeah. So thank you for taking my call, and you're awesome. Keep doing what you do.
Thank you. Thanks for calling. All right, I'm trying to look through chat. Do you think T-Bag was on drugs? I don't know. I don't think she has a bunch of drug history. I don't know that there's a bunch of drug things in that. Oh, Eduardo. Wait. Let me see what happened here. Now people are I'm sneezing in front of you. I don't have the corona, I promise. I don't want to blast it since. Wait. Let's see here. I heard that Eduardo was on the witness list. Can you verify that? This is Gannon's case, of course. Okay. I actually, I think we can verify that. Let's see here. We can verify it pretty quickly. Colorado. El Paso. If you are looking for a information or paperwork in cases that happen in El Paso County, I got someone here live. Are you not on? You're live with Dad with the phone, but you're not on video. You're just in here. She's gone. She's just in here quietly. She's in here quiet. Are you in here? Crystal?
Yes, I'm here.
Oh.
Can you hear us?
Oh, you're in my headphones. I forgot. I have my headphones. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear us all right?
I can hear you. Where are you calling in from?
I'm using Streamlabs.
Yeah, no, yeah, I got you here in Streamlabs, but where are you? Where are you at?
I'm in the UK,
Yeah, that's
England.
I got you. I just
Yeah,
heard the accent, so I was just trying to figure out the accent.
yeah, I'm in the UK, England. Yeah, I'm so happy to be on talking to you and everybody else here is as well.
Yeah, you're talking to everybody. So, do you have any
Oh,
questions
great.
for me?
I want to know if you'll get if you'll do members for your channel
In YouTube or Facebook?
for YouTube, because I don't use Facebook. I don't have it.
Okay, I don't do members for my channel right now. Right now, it's just open to everybody, and so it's open to everybody. It's not. I don't have a membership
Well,
side of things.
you can still have members, and it can still be open to everybody, but it just means you get a little bit extra money. And if you put it at like, $1.99 or something, I mean that's really good. I mean some YouTubers charge like $5 a month, don't they? Which I
Oh
think
yeah,
is a little bit
they
too much.
yeah, no, I understand. I don't monetize any of my channels because if you start monetizing, they start cracking down on what you can share.
Does your channel have to be monetized to be able to have
You know,
members?
I don't even know.
See, I
Uh,
don't know either because I'm not really that computer literate. Listen, Dad, with the phone, I've got to announce something here, which I have put in other chats. But I won't take too much of your time because if I was to go into all of it, would be here for hours. But basically, in 2015, I moved to a house, and there was domestic violence going on with the neighbours. I didn't have any carpets. It was a 3-story house. So I heard everything because that house was built onto the neighbour's house,
okay.
right? There was domestic violence going on. They had 2 children. My local council was involved. I made phone calls to try and get help. The police got involved. They made things worse. I was hearing him making threats to his children and everything, right? I mean, it was, it went on, it was going on the whole time I lived there, right? And when I moved, it was going on. In June of 2016, there was a visit, and there was a couple of people, and they had a girl, and that girl that they had with them was missing Madeleine McCann, and I've been trying to prove it since 2016. I've kept all me messages that I've sent. I've contacted the missing people. I've contacted UK government, the Home Office. I've made statements that I would take a lie detector test. I've said that I would sign a document to say that if I'm lying, they could prosecute us, put us in prison. There's no way I'd be willing to have my freedom taken away. It would be fraud if I was lying.
So what
I'm
you're
not
saying? So wait,
wrong.
what are you trying to? You're trying to get a case opened up, or you're trying
Well,
to?
not necessarily. What it is I have information for the parents of Madeleine McCann. I've made a video. Um, I've I've even spoke to like sort of police sort of thing, right? I've got information that needs to be passed on to them. I'm not crazy. I'm not mentally ill. I'm not a liar. If I was a liar, I could be charged with fraud. I could be put in prison. I could be sent to court. No
So
way
you
I'm
so
going to
oh, yeah,
risk
no,
anything like
I
that.
so what are
Understand
you
what I'm saying?
what are you asking? What are you asking
So
me?
what it is Madeline was taken. She went on holiday with her parents, and well, I now know she was abducted. The people that I lived beside, right? So the abuser that I lived beside, his uncle and grandfather relatives of his, those people have Madeleine McCann. She could possibly still be in the UK. But I
Okay.
heard
So you're saying that this girl went missing, and then you identify her as the little girl that was in the same apartment, or right next to you, your
yeah,
neighbor.
where she'd been living previous to that, I don't know. But I heard things in regards to the visit, you know, that happened in June. I have the date. I was already sort of slightly in contact with the NSPCC. People had been out and spoken to the people that I live beside that have 2 young daughters, spoke to the children. I have to say it was really, some of it was inappropriate, how they were spoken to, how they were spoken to by the police.
Okay, so what are you wanting? Are you just wanting to get her story out?
What I have to say is that I know 100% with no mistake whatsoever, right? With no mistake whatsoever, I can say 100% fact. Madeleine McCann was in the UK in June 2016.
Oh, okay.
She could possibly still be, and the 2 children that she spent time with are at risk. My local council have been told, since I moved here in October 2016, I've made phone calls, I've spoke to my council, I've spoke to the Home Office. I have done everything, and that's why I say I have so much respect for the way the American people deal with crime, because if this had been the UK, like, you know, it would have been, you know, something would have been said. And as I say, I've kept me messages. So if I'm sitting here and I'm a great big liar, I've set myself up for a prison sentence. Believe you me, I wouldn't want to be in prison. I wouldn't want to lose my freedom. You know what I mean? I
No,
wake
I understand. So
I
you're
wake
just
up and
saying that you
say my
just,
choices
yeah,
on my
it's just,
own. You know,
it's been hard to deal with the local council and stuff, and so,
very, very hard.
but
There's a paedophile ring going on in my local area. People that are suffering from domestic violence are highly at risk if they have children. My local police station is an absolute sham. While the girl was in the property in that house, a sergeant came out to my house where I lived before I
how
lived this one.
how
He
old would the girl
basically
be?
accused us. Listen
How
to this.
No, I'm
He
listening. So, no,
accused.
some people are asking, how old is the little girl, Madeline?
She was like a 4-year-old when she was taken.
Okay,
She either wandered out of that apartment, right,
yeah,
or somebody went in and took her. Those details I don't know, but what I know for 100% fact is she's with paedophiles. There could be police that know about her. There's at least a handful of people that know she's alive. The abuser that I lived beside is also a paedophile. His 2 children are at risk. And the men that visited his property, one of them is meant to be his grandfather, and the other one is meant to be the uncle.
okay. Well, there's people. Are you a part of any of the, like, Search for Madeline Facebook
No, you
groups?
know what, right? You know what? I'm just like, I'm just a normal person, like, you know, like I haven't like worked for government. I'm, I'm not employed by anybody. What
No,
happened
I'm
was,
asking. No, I'm just
what
saying,
happened
like,
was
oh,
I just had to move house because of an issue that was going on, and I
okay,
wanted to move house. So I'd been trying for a while, and when I moved, it's only about 15 minutes away from where I live now, right? So
okay,
I'm still in the local area. this area where I live, I've lived here for my whole life.
Okay.
42 years. I'm 42 years old. When I moved to that house, I didn't know who the neighbours were. I hadn't been told anything. So the whole thing came as a shock to me. You know, me and my son and the cat, you know, right? So I'm a real person here, you know, I'm not lying about anything.
No. I'm
Everything in my YouTube is me.
so
So I moved
YouTube.
to that
So
house
YouTube is where you're watching right now.
I'm on Streamlabs.
No,
So
yeah, you Streamlabbed in here, but how can people, if people want to help you or want to maybe hear more about this and give you more information or get more information,
what I need is I need this information to go to Jerry and Kate McCann. I don't want any involvement from the local police
okay.
because
I
I don't
gotcha.
trust them. A sergeant came out of my house because I'd rang the NSPCC and I told them, I says, look, there's a girl in the house next door. I'd heard her name being said. I'd heard them talking about her eye. I'd heard the preparation being made a couple of months before she arrived.
Can you one more time tell us the name of the girl that went missing and where did she go missing and do you know what year it was?
What happened was our parents went on holiday.
Okay.
Back in like the early 2000s, like what was it? It was like 2003, 2004, something like that. Madeline was just a little girl, and they apparently were having dinner somewhere like away from the apartment. They were checking on her apparently every half hour. This was in Portugal.
I kind of remember this for some reason.
This was in Portugal. At the time, I was in the UK. You know what I mean? I haven't been abroad or anything like that, right?
Okay.
I certainly don't associate with any paedophiles or anything like that.
No.
So, right? So nothing to do with it at all. You know.
Yeah. No, I understand.
And then you know it was all over the media, the newspapers, everything like that. And then, as I say, then you know, going on ahead, 2015 February, I moved to a house. I start witnessing all these things. Then Madeline McCann was in the UK in June 2016, right? I'd previously had sound recording equipment put in from the local council, right?
Okay.
For 6 days. I'd been begging them to put that in, right? The day they put it in, the abuser that I lived beside, only in his 20s to 30s, only a young lad, really, right?
Yep.
Apparently went abroad, right? I did catch stuff. Obviously, I haven't got time here to go into too much detail, but I would if you wanted to.
No, I understand. I think I know this case because they did do it like a Netflix documentary about it.
So many people are saying she's dead.
Yeah, no, I understand.
I can say with
100%
certainty she's alive.
Okay.
In 2016, she was alive.
Well, thank you for calling in and
thank you so much for allowing us to being able to do this, you know, like in safety, because you know it's not like I can just make a phone call, reach out to anybody. You know, if you think like how much courage it's taken me to do this, because I'm putting my life at risk, and I can see Michelle Hoffman saying, is she for real? Yes, I am very much for real. And I am doing this.
Don't worry about what people. Yeah,
I don't want me name or anything. I'm not asking for any media. I haven't asked for any money.
No,
right?
I understand.
I understand. Nothing. If anything, it's ruined my life. It's ruined my life. It's ruined me well-being. I'm on antidepressants. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like
no, and listen. You don't have to. You don't need to explain yourself to the internet. Yeah, you don't need to. You don't need to.
If this was me being dishonest or lying or like committing fraud, I would have everything to lose.
No,
I
I
would
understand.
lose
I
my house. I
understand.
would lose my son. I would lose my freedom.
I understand. I understand.
So,
No, you don't need to, but I'm just telling you not to worry about what chat says, because people will come in and they'll try to get under your, don't worry about all that. So, hey, thank you for calling in and thank
thank
you
you.
for bringing the information forward. Okay.
Uh, Thank you very much. And I have to say that I absolutely love you.
All
And I've got
right.
so much respect for you. I think you're absolutely awesome. I think you're a lovely family man. You've got a lovely family. You're really smart and switched on. And honestly, I just think you're absolutely fabulous. I think you're amazing.
Thank you. Thank you
Say
for
that,
the
so
kind
thank you
words.
very much.
Thank you for calling in today.
All right, thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye bye. Bye.
Dad, we did that fire inside at the woods. Because there's a fire ban at the woods.
Uh-oh. I'm live. I love you. My little girl. What a good caller there from. Hey, I know that case because I actually watched the Netflix documentary. I remember that thing. So there you go. I mean, dang, what do you do with that info? Like you're saying, if it was 2016 and she contacted them and they came out and stuff, but they didn't know it was, I don't know. They don't know. It was a 2007 was when she went missing. So that was like 10 years later. So that's a tough situation to be in. Oh, y'all probably asking all kinds of questions now. I don't have a ton of answers. If you want to call in, you can call in. If you want to StreamYard in, I'll put the StreamYard just like that caller did. And that's like a total. I'd rather you come on video if you're going to do that. But if you're not, you don't have to. You can come in just with the no camera. And there's the StreamYard info. Someone's calling in here now. You're live with Dad with a Phone.
Dad with a phone. Hey,
How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Where are you calling from?
Richmond, Virginia.
What's on your mind today?
Well, I'm wondering about the Letitia Stauch case. When you had the brother on the phone, he said there was a fire in the basement, but there's no mention of said fire in the affidavit. I'm wondering if you have a sense of where that fire was, if it was in Gannon's room or out in the main rec room.
The way I interpreted it when I talked to him, and then when I listened to it, it almost sounds like it was the fire or something was it was either in the living room or it was in Gannon's room. Like, so I don't know which one it was, but the way I have like two thoughts on it. One, it was if it was in Gannon's room, then it was in Gannon's room, or if it was or something was in the living room. I do know that she did try to have some carpet replaced or carpet repaired like that. I kind of gather that from a few different things, at least from her little stories. I think part of that is truthful. The question would be if the fire was in Gannon's room, it could also be her, she could have, it could have been 100 different things, and the fire may be very little, it could be very little significance at all anyway. If it was just a candle that kicked over, if it was a substantial amount of fire, she did those Google searches and all that stuff about like smoke inhalation and all that. So
yeah.
So there was something that happened, right? There was some sort of fire, I think, that happened in the house. And I'm not sure where that happened, whether that was in Gannon's room or if it was in the living room. When I was listening to the video that got released, it was almost like the video started kind of upstairs and she walked through and then walked downstairs, but she was talking about this this fire. We'll have to sell the couch to fix it or whatever to pay for it. And so, but I'm not 100% sure, maybe there's people that, may think that it was in one place or the other. I don't think it burned the whole thing, burned a huge amount. I always wondered if she started a fire to cover up stuff, but this was, I think it was before Gannon was killed when this fire thing happened, but we don't have a ton of info. And yeah, the arrest affidavit didn't have a ton of info on that either. So.
Yeah, it had like 0, and it just made me question if it was in Gannon's room, because Al said the bed was normally against the wall, yet when she took the picture that morning, it was pulled away from the wall. So that's why I was wondering, well, maybe, did the fire start down there? But then the sheets were all different later in the day, and the bed was pushed back. So
well, and there was but there is a picture where it looked like there was some cutout carpet.
Yeah, I assumed the investigators did that, but
that's kind of what I assumed too. But maybe not. Maybe that was a portion of the car. I don't know. I mean, again, they could have just taken that portion of the carpet out because they needed that and they were going to test it. But the flip side is we don't have a real explanation on a lot of that.
Mm-hmm.
So,
okay. Well, thanks. That was the big question on my mind today. Keep doing you, Dad with the phone. Love ya.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah, I don't know too much about where the fire was, if there was a fire, if it was truthful or not, because we didn't, a lot of what she said, there were little bits of truth in it. Now, I started to go look for, before I got distracted, I was going to take y'all into the dockets. And if you're looking for the docket or paperwork in this, you want to go to the Colorado Judicial Branch website. It's courts.state.co.us. Now, I went to cases of interest and I went straight to the El Paso County docket search. When I go to cases of interest, Letitia's case is going to pop up down here at the bottom. The reason I want to go there is we're going to find this. I want to find the complaint information. This might be it. I just want to see if this has the witness list on it. Yeah. So we're looking for Eduardo. And before I freaking go through this, is anybody in chat know what page, if he is on this list, what page he is on? Can somebody just tell me out loud, call me, or tell me what page? There's a bunch of pages, but I wondered if anybody in chat had actually gone through there and found his name while I wasn't doing that. Let me, I can pull it up and we can go through it here, but I just wondered if anyone else had found it yet. I can't look at both StreamYard and the list. Let me just look here. These are all cops. I remember that. These are all cops. Oh, there's Letitia. These are all cops. Here we go. I just want to see if they have a last name. It might be a dude with just like his first name. Let's see. I don't see Eduardo. There's a Victor. Eduardo. There he is right there. So, yeah, but they don't have a last name on him. So, there. He's on the witness list. Boom. Oh, crap. I'm not showing y'all. Let me see here. He is on the witness list. He's on the witness list, but it's just a last name, page 16 of 23. So, there you go. He's on page 16 of 23. There you go. So if you go pull the list, but no last name. So because she said, he raped me, or because she said she found him or whatever, they have to put him on the witness list. But without a last name, how are they going to find him, And so, yeah, he's on page 16 of 23. So there you go. If you want to find it, he's right on the complaint list. He's right. Oh, what happened? Oh, let me skip down here. He's on page 16 of 23. Oh, What list are we at? There he is right there. So he's right under Al from 7-Eleven, the Conoco, next to Sean over at the Petco. So Quincy's probably on there too. If she named him, I wonder. I bet he is, especially if she named him. Let's see. I haven't seen Quincy, but we'll see. I'm just looking to see if Quincy something is on there. I can't remember his name. Quincy, whatever. He's a black dude. No, I didn't see him. Did I pass him? I might have. Was he on this one right here? Victor, Tristan, no. She did name him. No, that's all cops. Doesn't look like he's on there, but I could have missed it. Quincy Brown. Quincy was on he was on Colorado Springs Most Wanted, but she did mention him. So we wondered if he was on the witness list. I don't think he's on the witness list. So let's see here. Who's texting me? I love it. Wonder how many people we can get over here. Did you call in about? I didn't call in. We had a caller call in. If you want to listen to it, she pulled off the internet. Absolutely. He would have been pretty easy, you would think. Quincy Brown. She just mentioned Quincy Brown because he was a Colorado fugitive. He was on the Most Wanted on like KKTV that whole week. They said he was most wanted. He's a sex offender. And so again, these were lies from Letitia. So it's not like I'm just trying to read some of your chats. I don't know what y'all are talking about now. There's too much going on in chat. My chat's moving too quick. You got a question, you can call in, or you can chat in, or you can StreamYard in. I'm letting you come in any way you want to come in. So if you want to, if you're on the other side of the world and you don't want to call in, you can call in right here, or you can StreamYard in. Trying to read chat. But why did she mention him? She was trying to come up with lies. Like she was trying to come up with a story of about how she was, how Gannon was abducted. So she was trying to cover her entire she was trying to cover her entire butt. Oh, look at this. Got Musty Chester here. What's up?
What's up, man?
Where are you calling in from?
Up north in Brighton.
North of Brighton. What's your question today?
Well, first, I just wanted to call him because, damn, I don't see guys ever calling you or talking to you often, man.
Dude, 99% of the people who follow me are, well, I used to be able to tell, and my percentages have gone down, but yeah, no, most of it is women. So if you're looking for a woman, there might be a single woman in the audience. Oh, there you go. See, mine's tattooed on. Mine won't come off. So
yeah, and she knows how to use a gun. So
yeah, there you go. So yeah, so you just want to call in and be a guy to call in?
well, yeah, I just think, yeah, man, I just think it's cool, because it's like we don't get to come in often and say what's up,
Yeah, no worries. So what have you been up to during this quarantine stuff? You smoking your weed right there are you in your garage right now?
Yes, sir.
You got a little man cave there with the kayak and the fishing stuff. Do you do some kayak fishing?
Actually, I don't do anything, man.
Oh, you don't do anything.
I fish, actually. That's it. I got.
You got fishing poles behind you. Are you at somebody's house?
Right next to Bar Lake. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
But it's just simple, like just go sit by the shore and catch something if I can. Mainly for therapy, man.
I got you. So do you got a question, or are you just calling in to just get on down with the phone?
I don't know, man. I've been there. There's an article there's a presentation as far as a doctor that did a slideshow kind of. I don't know if it's for a class or what, but it was talking about the blood splatter, just different types of it. And I read this slideshow, and then I read the affidavit.
Okay.
And then I read the slideshow again and read the affidavit again. And it's pretty disturbing, man. It made me nauseous to the point where it made me sad, dude, and want to cry almost. You know what I mean?
No.
It's like, dude, I'm a combat veteran, man. Marine Corps,
Okay.
And reading that, it really shook me, man. It's and, I'm a father. I got 4 boys and a girl, so it's tough stuff to read. So just if that report lines up with the affidavit, how they're saying it, and the affidavit's not even detailed yet. That's just the, hey, this is what it is, but it's going to get detailed. And I don't know, man, just to imagine the pain and suffering poor Gannon, the fear, just everything he gone through, man. It's painful, man. It shakes me as a man.
Yeah, it's a crazy deal to see when people do this to children, and especially now that they've actually found Gannon's body, and they even added to that, right? Before they just charged her with the murder, but then they charged her now with 8 more counts of stuff with a gun, with blunt force trauma, with a knife. And so they've got this information that they're working off now from the autopsy report they're going to have a better understanding of what went down, how it went down, what she did. And it's sickening when you start thinking about it, when it's kids involved, for sure. I mean, it's sickening with any adult, right? With anybody that gets murdered. But when there's kids involved, it's a special kind of sickness.
Yeah, yeah, man. It's just frightening, man, to where, like, when you think about it, man, to where someone's mind can go to get to that, to do that to a child. Like,
Yep.
it's frightening, man. It's literally like, man, I don't even want to send my kids out to school. Well, now we can't send them to school, but you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I don't know. You start seeing things a little different now, man, you know?
No, absolutely. There's things that I don't even like. I watch, I'll watch a show or whatever, but there are times when there's some violence that happens on like a movie that I almost have to turn my head away from because like they're trying to portray it through a movie, right? They're trying to portray a killing that you and I would never see, right? Now you're a combat veteran, so you've seen some stuff before, but like the normal person, it's not normal to be around. There are places in the world though that it is normal, right? It's an everyday occurrence. Here in America, the Western society, a civilized society, it's not normal to walk down the street and see dead people in your streets. It's not normal to to be around that. And so when the movies take us there, I sometimes don't even want to go because I don't want to be there, And so yeah, no, it's a scary understanding. And this is the same thing with any murder, with the Chris Watts case, with the FRAZEE case, with this case, to understand that you could do anything to another human being like some of these people have done. And so it's wild, man. Yeah. What's your name? Musty? What are we going by? Musty Chester here?
It's Musty Chesticles, man.
Are you just you're just being a little funny?
Just a funny name, man. My name's Brandon.
Brandon. Hey, Brandon. Hey, thanks for calling in.
Yeah, man. Hey, tell your barber I said what's up, too.
My barber?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Just bald head guy joke.
Yeah. No, I got you. I missed you. I was like, wait a minute. Oh, all right, man. I'll talk to you later.
Thanks, man. Keep up the good work. Thank you.
Thanks, man. Who we got here? We got Micah David. Hello? You're live. You're muted. Oh, you cut out. You took off running. I was going to bring someone else in. Brandon coming in. Musty Chesticles. I love it. I love it. Being a funny man. Yeah, I don't get many men callers, especially coming in live on the video chat, not even afraid. Hey, if somebody was going to call in and troll me straight up would be the right time. And you could just go at it and go, let me know what you think of me. I'm not encouraging that, by the way. I hope that doesn't encourage any trolls. Probably will encourage a troll phone call. Hello, you're live with Dad with a phone.
What's up, D-Wop?
Who am I talking to?
Sarah.
How's it going? Oh, this is Sarah. Why aren't you in my phone?
I don't know.
What are you doing?
Oh, out here on the road.
Nice. So, what's your question?
My question is, man, you remember when the case first started and it had to be super early on and somebody was like, they found Gannon in a landfill in a freaking suitcase. Remember that? Oh, that's so wild to think about now. And
oh, you mean like on social media, you saw a post about it?
Yeah.
It is a little strange. You know what though? She mentions, I think she mentions the suitcase. Like I think Letitia talked about the suitcase either on social media or in an interview. Do you remember that?
I don't remember her talking about that.
So you just
I just remember the post and people being like, "Oh my God, they found him."
Well, no.
Like, oh, it wasn't.
Okay, now remember they found the body parts in Pueblo.
Yeah, but that was a while after.
Okay,
like so that guy murdered his mother and put her in the suitcase in the dumpster at the car wash. Well, that was a while ago. That was like November.
No, but they found more body parts, and so that
was just in a bag.
No, but what I'm saying is that whole thing came back up, Yeah. And so when that came back up, the whole suitcase thing came up.
Man, they just found those new body parts not too long ago.
it was like originally the guy killed his mom in like November or something, and then they just found those body parts.
No, I
I
understand.
we were on the road.
No, I understand. But what happened was, I'm not saying that this is the reason why they came up with the
Gotcha.
Gannon in the suitcase. I'm just saying that, like, at the same time, their suitcases get mentioned with bodies a bunch, though.
Yeah, that's creepy.
You know,
so
and then
weird.
and I thought she mentioned the suitcase at some point, because people then said they saw her with the suitcase. No, that was after. That was after that they seen her, that the video.
Yeah,
they
I'm
talked
on the
about
phone.
the video. Yeah, so
Yeah, it's pretty wild. She had to be shitting her pants when I'm sure she saw that on social media. She must have been like having a heart attack. You know what I mean?
she was in jail when they found Gannon.
Yeah, I know, but originally when that post came out, it wasn't him.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
she had to be panicking, but
Well,
it wasn't anything related, and like obviously a coincidence, but how wild.
Yeah, just somebody throwing something out there.
Yeah, 10-4. Well, I got to get off here. I got to get back to work.
Get back to work. Thanks for calling in, Sarah.
Later.
Get off Dad with the phone. That's hilarious. Sarah's a local. I don't know why her number's not. It's because it's this phone. She's not in this phone. Yeah, I think they were searching, but I think at that time when they were searching the landfill, I think it was because they knew there was a suitcase missing, because somehow the suitcase came up and they were looking for the suitcase at the house and stuff. So if you want to come in on StreamYard, you can come in on StreamYard by just coming to the link that is in chat. You can call to the number that's not on the screen. And you got a few more minutes to ask a question. I ain't going to go much longer than an hour, so you better get your questions in now. Do you think she'll plead insane? Nope. I don't think she'll plead at all. I think she'll plead not guilty, and we'll go to trial. So I don't remember T say anything about a suitcase other than in the affidavit, but I saw Al mention a suitcase was missing. So there you go. So yeah, at some point we found out that there was a suitcase missing, and then I don't know how early on that was. I don't know if that's how someone was then saying, hey, they're going to find Gannon in a suitcase in the landfill. I don't know where. I don't remember even that post. I don't know that I saw that post. If somebody's seen that post and took a screenshot, if you're a screenshot wizard, and you've seen that post, send me that post where they said something about Gannon in a suitcase at a landfill. I'd like to see that original post. I'm sure it's out there in one of these groups. Oh yeah, in her interview, she does mention the suitcase. That's where she does talk about it, but that was in the affidavit. We didn't have that information. Now, remember when she did that interview and she says, I told the police? Remember, you guys will remember this. She's like, I can't talk about it because it's an active investigation, but the police know who has Gannon, and I've told the police who has Gannon. Somebody's just catching up. Yep, we did found Eduardo. 16 of 23. We did answer that question. Let's see. Dottie says, thank you for your service, Musty. Yeah, make sure to find the Dad with a Phone group at the link that Jamie put in the YouTube chat there. What else? Teabag is hoping to get off like Casey Anthony. Jeez, that's a whole nother one. All right, I'm out of here. If y'all don't know where to find me, y'all can find me at all the links on the bottom of the screen. Thanks for watching Dad with a Phone. I'll probably be back later today. We're in the middle of quarantine. maybe not. We'll see how today goes. If you want to throw money in my bucket, you can throw money in my bucket at the bottom of the screen. If you have a problem with the link below, you can always message me at Facebook or text me, and I can send you a direct link to my bucket. People get upset when I mention my bucket, but I like talking about the bucket. It's at the bottom of the screen. You're watching Dad with a Phone. Thanks for watching. Hit like and subscribe if you're on YouTube. If you're on Facebook and you haven't already gone to Dad with the Phone and given me a review, go over to Dad with a Phone on Facebook, the actual page, hit the reviews tab, write a little review at, even if it's a bad one. My points have gone down because I invite my haters to come over and leave reviews, and you can go through and read the hater reviews. It's funny. They're funny, but you can go through and read them. But I still got a 4.5 out of like 5, and there's like almost 800 or 600 reviews. I don't remember how many reviews I have right now. So go give me a review on Facebook at Dad with the Phone page. Hit like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys maybe later.